Finally, donating to party candidates is the wisdom the West learned the hard way. And I'm looking at this aspect, looking at campaign expenses and donations versus the past American president. Because these donations that you see Donald getting 199 billion, Joe Biden 179 billion, was not the case many years ago. Americans have learned the hard way. 100 years ago, the citizens in these Western countries were not donating to parties or to candidates. Like in Kenya, today, candidates in America that time were funding themselves. Many ended up in great pains and great bankruptcies. In the USA, the former presidents who used their own and family savings accrued over the years for campaigns became bankrupt and died very poor. The presidential salaries in those days that the candidates were paid was not enough to recover the campaign expenses. President Grant, America's 18th president, died a broke president. He was totally broke. James Garfield, the 20th president, that's President James Garfield, the 20th president, was born in a poor family and worked odd jobs like local carpentry and later became a civil servant. Hence, he did not make much money. He used the little he had and won the elections. But at the end of the campaign, he was penniless, never had a single coin in his pocket or account. He died while in office, a complete bankrupt president. President Thomas Jefferson, the author of Declaration of Independence, that is a author of independence in the US and the founder of the University of Virginia, died a penniless president, having spent much of his little savings for campaign. He was so poor such that he did not have money to buy property. He left no inheritance to his surviving daughter, who now lived off charity for the rest of her life. It's painful. These are some of the examples I'm giving of presidents that have gone through it the hard way, so that Kenyans, we can be able to see behind the glamorous aspects of the presidential some presidents suffer. And that's why you see the target of many presidents in Africa is to accumulate so much money. They have wanted to avoid these situations. And that's why you find only in Africa, presidents are richer than even industrialists and business people. In the West, it is not so. In the West, it is the business people and industrialists that are richer. They are richer than presidents. In Africa, it is the opposite. And African presidents have gone that way. They have taken natural resources of countries to be their own. Someone like Mburu Presidency was using government apparatus to mine gold, which is Zaire's wealth, and he turned to his own. Gold to Mobutu was like planting maize yenye mkulima anapanda. The farmer plants na anasema hii mahindi ni yangu. Mobutu alikuwa amechukua gold na diamonds na cassiterite and others kuwa ni zake. Yet this is a natural resources for all Zairians. That's why he was richer than Zaire itself. Utajiri wa Mobutu angelipa deni yote yenye Zaire, DRC, had and remain with change. Yet his people were wallowing in poverty while he pocketed all the wealth of Zairians. This is the tragedy that we have. But these American presidents who used all their money, they ended up being bankrupt. These presidents struggled to pay debts incurred during the campaigns. Worse, the president's salaries could not meet the cost of the campaign. In that situation, President William Henry Harrison, for example, was a soldier and later a civil servant and an ambassador, which left him with little chance to accumulate wealth. He depended on his farm mostly, but weather would destroy his crops. With huge campaign costs, President-elect William Henry Harrison did not have any money in his pocket. Zero. He died a month later. With nothing from her husband, the First Lady, Mrs. William Henry Harrison, could not afford to buy a stamp to send a letter. That was the saddest situation. That's how it had happened to them. He was actually eventually allowed to be sending letters for free. Later, the US Congress made special arrangements to help her with upkeep funds. This same scenario has been confronting many leaders, people of good heart, people who are not corrupt, want to be president, or maybe MPs, senators, and all that. It confronts them. And many have ended up paying a heavy price. Sometimes with this family separation, sometimes divorce, because the family has sunk into so much poverty. Children are not able to go to school. Yet these leaders were asking, just you give them a chance to lead them, to lead you, to lead Kenya into prosperity. It's something food for thought. We may think and see what can be able to do. One president in the US had no even money to rent a house. He had to be accommodated by his own mother-in-law. Fellow Kenyans, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I once again request you, by your mercies and the grace of your hearts, to support me by sending help 100 shillings, 200, 300 to my presidential M-Pesa line 0748 265 314. Once we get the party certificate, we shall register the party. We shall get an account, and all assistance will be going to that account. For now, we will use mine. We are using my presidential M-Pesa so that we can have other things running. We want to get out there and let Kenyans know about our vision. I'll be holding a conference very soon. I would like you to express your interest to attend. It's a conference where you will understand the major arrangements I have for you. For this 1,000, they will have a lot of benefits in our government. You will never be poor again. I can guarantee you. Let us put our thoughts in this conference. Send your message that will attend at 0110-1089. Text there. Send me an email, josephthegoodone@gmail.com. Remember, as I close, I'm bringing 2,000 factories, 12 million jobs, Utajiri Direct, that will help 5 million, that is over 15 million families, to become millionaires within 3 years of getting into it, and within the next 10 years. Kazi Milele will employ 500,000. They will be earning 100, 200,000 for the rest of their lives. And even when they unfortunately die of old age and whatever, they will be able to, their families will continue getting this 100, 200,000, much more than that, maybe 300 in 2040s. You will be earning this forever and ever. And remember, on March 8th, 2023, I will employ 1 million Kenyans. Give me the chance to be your president. and these great things will come. We end unemployment, we end poverty, we end all things that have been troubling us. May God bless you. Once again, thank you for listening to me, and I look forward for your support. God bless.